Hey everybody, I haven't got on here for a while, haven't talked to everyone in a while. Um, I want to give you an update. We've got some contract changes to the paperwork. So on the buy side, if you're representing the buyer, you when you write your offer, you no longer have an addendum X. You'll see in the paperwork that you'll have your purchase price, any concessions or closing costs to the for the offer, and then the line directly below that is where you write your compensation in that you're asking to have co-op to you. Um, I think the big thing that I want to go over today is moving forward on these new documents. Before, where we would list a property and we would say to our clients, we're listing for 5% or 6%, and you would write that, on the form 5 or 6%. Below that, you would write what you're co-oping, where you would write 2.5 or 3 to the buyer's agent. That is all gone. We are no longer doing that. They've changed all the rules. I don't know that the rules have changed, but I think we're more of an updated as to what NAR wants us to do. I've spoke to quite a few of the managing brokers in the area. Everyone's in agreement. We no longer are co-oping or doing 50-50 with any other brokerages moving forward. So whatever you negotiate in your offer is what you're going to receive. So if you write in your buyer side 2.5, and I hate to be a bearer of bad news, and I'm afraid this is where it's going. If your buyer does not have the money to come up with the percentages needed to cover your compensation, and the seller will not offer it, then I feel like you have two choices. One is not to represent the buyer. And I'm not trying to be doom and gloom or negative. Lots of discussions we're going to have about all this moving forward at our meetings, and I'm sure this is all getting started. But I want to make a word to everyone moving forward. When you list a property, where you would normally have that conversation with your seller, saying, "Hey, I do mine at 5 or at 6%, and I co-op with 2.5 or 3 to the buyer's agent." Now you're going to say, I'm listing this property for 3% or 2.5%, whatever you decide to do. I'm listing your property for 3%, but I want you to keep in mind that we're going to, typically you're going to be co-oping compensation to the buyer's agent if you want to sell your house. We may have sellers that say we are not paying buyer's agency compensation, which they are already. Some of our brokerages are doing. I know that the lenders are going to have to get more creative on their side, but I just want to make everyone aware that you're now in our listing agreements on the new documentation. There's a meeting Thursday for all of the agents, and it's Thursday from 10 to like noon, going over the new contracts. I've already set through it. Scott and I have set through it, and that's why we know, ahead of time kind of where this is going. Now, they're not actually implementing these documents or the updated forms immediately, but I think we're going to go ahead and move over and start using them. I talked to Dave Sisler on Friday, and he and I have dissolved our 50-50 compensation agreement. Tarrant Harmon, I talked to Travis today. He says, yep, no more, it's going to be whatever you negotiate is how your buyer's agent gets paid. I know that's what NAR wanted to do, and we've been trying to fight that ever since. Kind of had our own little agreement between us brokerages. Just Friday, we had a closing, and that's how it came to light to me, was Sisler Real Estate was getting 3%, and our agent got 2.5%. And that agent said to me, hey, I thought we were 50-50. And that's where this is all, it really, got brought to my attention. I had seen the forms, but I didn't know that we were utilizing them. Dave has already utilized them. So I want to make everybody aware. Make sure you're coaching your sellers that they're going to, more than likely, if they want to sell their house, they are going to need to compensate for a buyer's agent. But you buyer's agents are also going to have to keep in mind that your buyer's agency agreements, you're going to have to, it's not good for anybody. There's nothing I like about any of what I'm having to talk to you about. So This is a short video. We're going to get more into it, but I just wanted to get out in front of everybody right now. I'd like for you to, if you have time, Thursday from 10 to 12, get on the Cyber website, register, go set through and look at the contracts. We'll be going over those at the next meeting, but that's not till after the holidays. And so I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. Other than that, Christmas party was last week. We had a great time. For those of you that came, thanks for coming. Long story short, we've been rocking, and I haven't even been able to keep track of, our latest numbers, but we're around that 80 million, which is where we were at last year. What we're going to finish at, who knows? I know this week, last week we had 12 closings. This week we have 16 coming through the office. So we're staying busy. Everything's looking good. I think 2026 is going to be a fantastic year. But working our way around these new changes is going to be we're going to have to learn how to talk to our clients and, have those tough conversations, I think. But I know in the past I've always said, hey, anything less than 5%, Market Pro's not going to take the listing. Those days are gone because of the new way they've done these forms. No more 50-50 splits with any of our brokerages. Get what you can get. If you can get 3.5 on the list side, you get 3.5 on the sell side. I know, like Travis said today, a lot of what they've been seeing is agents writing 4% in there and then negotiating down to the 2.5 on their compensation. So anyway, I just want to give you a heads up, keep you updated as to what's going on. I'll get this posted. Any questions at all, feel free to reach out to Scott or I, and we'll try to get through it. That's all I got. Thanks.